Good morning, everybody. My name is EK. Welcome back to the channel. It is nice and early today. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's not super early, but I don't often record in the morning. So, couple things is, as I mentioned, slowly I am transitioning into more and more mods, but I want to kind of do them one by one so I can appreciate each one of them individually. And I'm going to start slowly modernizing my game more and more so that when we hit endgame, we have all these cool mods that, most people expect us to be running. Also, I had never seen it. There's this Maiden's Fancy round trips to Booty Bay icon, or like thingy over here. That's kind of cool. So the thing I got today, two new things. First of all, I got a map overhaul, which, turns my map from a circle to square. Doesn't really matter too much to me, but I quite like this border around it. We have the coordinates in here, we have the time in here. Like, I made the time a bit bigger so you guys can see what time it is. And I think overall it just looks quite nice and quite clean. I didn't want to change it too much. I don't want to introduce any new stuff into it, but just slowly modernize it. I was looking into doing the same thing maybe for my skills and stuff, but then every time I looked up a guide, people were saying like, okay, you gotta go install these like 9 different add-ons, like this thing works with this thing, and then you put that thing on it, and no. Yes, I will go do that later. I will look into that because, I don't mind installing like a lot of mods and stuff, but I just didn't feel like it this morning. So that is one thing. The other one is normally we have this character panel, which, looks alright. It does its thing. Doesn't really showcase all the stats we want. Actually, there's an equipment manager up here. What is this? I have never seen this before. Or is this just from the mod? I think this might be from the mod. Okay, so if I press my C twice, we open up this menu. And this menu obviously looks much more interesting. It showcases a lot more stats. It looks quite modern. I can move my character around like this. And, we can see all of our gear. We can see, I guess even the reinforced armor appears up in here. We see the runes to the sides here, which is how I noticed that I don't have anything in my irradiated robe, which I did fix right now. So I guess it just hadn't updated yet or something. Apparently we haven't had our rune in our robe for a very long time. Also on the right side here, you can see my actual level. Switch to alias. What does that mean? Not quite sure. We have level, which is our gear level, our average item level of our equipment, which is quite cool to have. Then we have some, good looking stats here that look, much more polished than they would normally look. I like how it still keeps us in the game, but it just puts us in like this cool, like very clean UI zoomed in version of ourselves. We could probably like take screenshots and stuff this way as well, if we want to have our character as like a, I don't know, like a portrait or something. We've got melee stuff down here, all kinds of stuff. Ranged spell, I care about this, bonus damage from my spells, critical chance, stuff I care about that I normally can't see, or at least I can't see easily as far as I'm aware. And, defenses, my dodge rate, my regular defense, my block rate, those kind of things. And then down here we can also see our resistances. So we only have nature resistance right now. But you can see that if you go to spell and we go to bonus damage, you can see I have 126 bonus damage on shadow damage. And that is, of course, what we care about. So yeah, I can exit that. I will probably still use this menu mostly for just, quick peeks and stuff. But I just wanted to show it off because it looks quite cool. Anyway, that is everything I wanted to showcase. I have a plan for this morning. I want to go... I don't know if I have to take this boat, by the way, so I'm not going to take the boat yet. But I want to go pick up some of the quests for both Zul'Farrak as well as Ulman. And then maybe even do them today, depending on how much time I can find for myself. So, first of all, I guess I'll go do the Brass Bolt Brothers, which I know is a starting quest for it, for which we have to be, and the Shimmering Flats. And I do believe that we have a connection here. Also, I really want to see what the Explorer Ape does, so I might look into that a little bit, because I keep summoning him, and then I'm like waiting for something to happen, like a portal to appear or something, like a pop-up, whatever, but nothing ever happens. So I guess I'm doing something wrong, or just missing something. Anyway, we can fly to... Yes, to... Gadgetzan is probably... Yeah, Gadgetzan is the easiest way, because then we go to Gadgetzan, and then we just walk up north a little bit to the Shimmering Flats, and we go do the quest. Now, I gotta go get myself some coffee. Alright, so I got myself two things. I got, well, a regular black coffee, or well, two black coffees, because they fit perfectly into my amber mug. But also, I have this thing right here. This, guys, is something I highly recommend. This is called a Flexpresso. It is by ESN, which is a company that makes fitness supplements. I have had a couple of these now, and this is a coffee and protein shake mix, and it's absolutely delicious. Like, I really love the taste of this. It's called Flexpresso, and you know, all you just have to do is just, you know, drink it, flex a little bit, and then your life is good. Also, I decided to keep my lights off today because it's nice and sunny outside and there's a lot of light coming into my room, and this is just a bit more of a comfortable playing experience. Quite often I would like to have the lights on just because it keeps my light nice and even throughout all my videos. But since today, you know, there's so much light coming into my room, it's good. And it's better for my eyes, probably. Man, the music in Tanaris is so creepy. It's like I'm playing through a horror game or something. Oh, also, I want to just do a quick shout out. Not to a specific person, but guys, in the past 2-3 weeks, I have gotten a few comments from my viewers, and they made me feel really happy to be doing this. The comments were just saying, hey, I like your series. I just, you know, binged through all of it, and I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. And just quickly wanted to mention that because those kind of comments are truly what make me enjoy this. Like, the moment I saw it, I'm like, I gotta go record some more, because, you know, obviously I enjoy making the content. Overall, I'm having a blast doing it, whether someone watches or not. But knowing that people are watching, and just the idea that, you know, someone out there is feeling the same way about, like, Let's Plays that I'm watching, where I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the next video, and then it uploads, you're like, oh, let me go watch it instantly. Like, just the fact that there might be people out there right now who are, like, feeling that way about my series just makes me so enthusiastic. So just, you know, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Anyway, enough sappy stuff. Let's talk to Whistle Brass Bolts, whose name was a bit hard to read because he was, like, against the white background. But hey, here we are.
Need assistance?
Well, no, you need assistance, right? Be careful where you put that foot of yours, mister. We're not all blessed with the lofty heights of a gnome. But aren't you also a gnome? I mean, I guess I'm on a horse. Okay, the Brass Bolt Brothers.
Ah! You want to help me? Great! There's a part I want for an experiment I'm working on, and I need a brave adventurer like you to help me get it. Deep in Zul'Farrak, the Sand Troll City in Tanaris, there is a sacred pool. From that pool, the trolls summon a huge beast, Gazrilla. He's so fierce that even his scales crackle with energy. It's that energy I want to harness for my car. Bring me the electrified scale of Gazrilla. But the summoning of Gazrilla is a well-kept secret of the trolls. To face him, you must first wrest the secret from them.
Alright, bring a Gazrilla electrified scale to a Whistle Brass Bolts in Shimmering Flats. Okay, cool. So that is a dungeon quest immediately. I was kind of expecting there to be like another quest here, but this is fine. We get a carrot on a stick, which is a trinket, which is, I think, a slot. Yeah, that's down here. So we're missing a tablet, which I think is a cosmetic slot, is it? Or is that maybe like something that we can't wear as light armor? Or cloth armor, not quite sure. But also we have 2 more trinkets, and then, well, there's an ammo slot here, but, you know, we obviously don't have ammo, so we don't care about that. But we are getting close to actually filling out all the slots, and there is something really cool about playing a game for well over 100 hours now, and still missing some slots. You're still like, ooh, you know, these couple slots, you know, what's going to be in there, when am I going to get that? Like, I had that with the hat, which I kind of cheated because I bought a hat, well, you know, from an NPC, so, you know, it's fine. But I was really looking forward to filling that slot, and now, of course, trinkets as well are coming in, or at least, you know, if we complete the quest. And it says, increases mount speed by 3%, which, that's not massive. But, you know, we have nothing else in here anyway, so, like, a consistent 3% mount speed with the distances that we're traveling in Classic, like, nice.
Off and away.
Alright, so we have that quest done. So now I am going to look up all the quests that we need for both these dungeons. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment when I know where we're heading next. Oh, it's also a red quest, by the way. So I guess we're a little bit under-leveled for Zul'Farrak potentially. But I think people are doing it at 45. Alright, so it appears 3 of the quests that we can pick up are all just picked up in Gadgetzan. So we just go to Gadgetzan right now and pick them all up. Now I do think Zul'Farrak actually is in Tanaris. I think it's like up here somewhere. And with the amount of quests we can do, because I think we can pick up like 7 quests, I might actually just try and pick them all up and then see if we can find a Zul'Farrak party if we are the appropriate level. It does say the quests have a requirement of level 40, but maybe people do them closer to 50 or something, so we'll have to see. Also, a quick shout out to my reshade profile. Once again, you know, it makes this place look much more actually salty. Like here it looks more brownish. Here it looks, you know, quite well lit. You know, maybe a little bit too much even on the eyes. But, you know, it definitely makes the zone look like it should look. In my mind, at least. Although I guess this part is very bright. Alright, Trenton Lighthammer, you supposedly have a quest for me. Sul Thraz, the first time I heard the word uttered I was around your age. It meant nothing to me then, as it means nothing to you now. It was not until a warband of trolls coming from Zul'Farrak laid waste to the land that I understood and feared. Many would tell you that the split blade of suffering does not exist, that it's a myth. A rumor started to scare children straight. There was no pause there, there wasn't supposed to be a pause there. But believe me, Gnome, it exists. Trenton loses focus as he runs his hand across the jagged scar on his face. Actually, tell me more, Trenton.
Split in 2 to form the one. The twin blades are bound to Zul'Farrak. Zul'Thraze reborn when the twins are found.
I mean, you could have kind of had that in the previous thing. Like, you didn't really have to have a separate dialogue part for those 2 lines. But here we go, Troll Temper.
The Sand Fury trolls of Zul'Farrak make a tempering agent from sandstones. And I can use that to temper the goods I craft. Yes, I can. It is highly prized by connoisseurs, so if you bring me a good supply of the temper, then I'll reward you well. Zul'Farrak is northwest of Gadgetzan. Good luck.
Thank you very much. I'll bring 20 vials of Troll Temper to Trenton Lighthammer and Gadgetzan. Also, we get pretty much 2 gold, which of course, because of Discover's Delight, is going to be multiplied by 3. So we're going to get almost 6 gold from this quest, which is quite nice. Alright, next one. I am now looking for Tranrak, which sounds like train wreck. Oh, there he is. Some people wonder what we're doing out here in the desert. Well, if I told you, then you'd stay and try to make our profits. Yes, I would. You are correct. Alright, scarab shells.
The scarabs of Tanaris have very hard shells. Hard enough to use as a building material for lots of things. So many things! In fact, those shells are so useful. The scarabs were hunted all to near extinction. I know where there are more scarabs, and if you promise to bring me their shells, then I'll tell you where they are. Promise? Okay, the scarabs have a colony in Zul'Farrak. I guess the trolls don't hunt them for their shells, but you can go to Zul'Farrak and get me uncracked shells.
Alright, I'm gonna try and keep them uncracked, but there's a chance I might crack them by accident. But I'll bring 5 of them to you. No worries, I got you. And Chief Engineer Bilge Whistle should have another quest for me.
Time is money, friend.
The name's Bilge Whistle, and I am the Chief Engineer of the Gadgetzan Water Company. What can I assist you with? And we need the Divino Matic Rod.
Sergeant Bly stole from me. He said he'd only borrow it, but he stole my cherished Divino-matic rod. Without that rod, how will I know where to dig new water holes? Find Bly and bring me my rod. I heard he led his band of ill-reputed adventurers to go treasure hunting in Zul'Farrak to the west. I bet you'll find him there. Let's hope the trolls took care of him, because if you have to fight him for the rod, then you're in for a serious fight.
And then we can pick one of 2 rewards. One is a headpiece, which I would have been very excited about, but first of all, we have a headpiece already, and second of all, it is leather. Wish that was cloth, but sure. And we can pick the Mason's Fraternity Ring, which I don't care about, because it gives me a lot of agility, which I don't care about. and a bit of stamina, which I already have. So both of these rewards are meaningless to me, but I will do it regardless. So that is already 4 quests picked up. We have one more quest, which is called Tiara of the Deep, that we have to pick up in Dustwallow Marsh. So I can take a flight path to Dustwallow Marsh and try and pick that up. There's also one called the Prophecy of Mosh Aru, but it starts with a quest chain that apparently I pick up here as well. So I have to go find Yekinya. Guys, so every time in this series I've said that we were in a pickle. There he is. Sorry, sir, but I've been in you a lot. And I apologize. Deeply. Alright, bye. I love these names. This guy is called Marin Noggenfogger. Like, the names just sound so funny to me. Also, there's this cool place down here that I hadn't even seen yet. Didn't know this existed. Oh, this is the auction house. Oh, cool. Oh, I am mistaken. It is actually not here. It is in this map, but it is over here in Steam Weedle Port. You know, I kind of want to quest here for a little bit, because as much as I've been very outspoken about my dislike for the Barrens as a map, I think Tanaris looks much more interesting. Like, it looks very open and deserty as well, but it looks much more like actual, like, proper desert, whereas the Barrens is more... I don't know, it's just... The Barrens feels empty and... plainsy, like savanna-like. Well, this feels like a proper desert, and I do think I prefer this. Alright, Yekinya, we are here.
Who you be?
Greetings, Warlock. Though time and drink have dulled my outer senses, my inner eyes remain strong. That's what we all say. Creature spirits. Wait, is that the quest I want? No, it starts with the Prophecy of Mosh Aru. Oh, never mind, never mind. It does start with creature spirits.
Okie dokie.
I seek the spirits of the Vale's creatures of Thrallas. They are the cousins of an old god, and their spirits are linked to him. Take this bramble wand and go to Thrallas, find and defeat Vale's creatures in southern and central Thrallas, then wave my bramble over their fallen bodies. This will coax their spirit to reveal itself. Touch the spirit and collect its essence. Return to me with my bramble and with the collected essence, and I will tell you more of the old god of which I spoke. Capture the spirits of 3 creatures in Thrallas, and then return to Yekinya in Steamweedle Port. Okay, so that one's gonna take a little bit more time. That one also is under Tanaris still, so I guess it's gonna start a quest chain that will eventually, at some point, give me a quest that I need. But you know what? We are here to do preparations, so preparations we will do.